Hey everybody, welcome back to the Getting It Wrong podcast, where we unlearn harmful ideals, beliefs, and ideologies that we might be holding on to, and we get practical ways to live a more holistic and balanced lifestyle. And we embrace our mistakes here because getting it wrong is the first step to getting it right. I am your co-host, Gabby.
And I'm Morgan. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Come back.
Hey.
We about to copyright.
Oh no, yeah. Done. So happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We hope you guys enjoy yourselves on this wonderful day, whether you're showing love to yourself or others. Today we are going to get into dating and relationships. So, I made it sound spooky, my bad.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over 3 things that we've learned about dating and relationships. So, number 1 is to date logically and not emotionally.
What does that mean, Gabby?
So, when people usually go into relationships, they are thinking emotionally, especially when you're younger. I can say for myself, you really think about, oh, I really like this person. Oh, I could see us being together. Oh, this, oh, that. But that's not the best way to do it, because when you start relationships on emotion, I feel like that leaves you open to looking over a lot of red flags in a relationship.
So it's kind of like you're saying it's okay to have your guard up. It makes more sense, at least at the beginning.
Definitely at the beginning, and not so much have your guard up. Yeah, it's like, yes, have your guard up, but more to enter the relationship with a goal.
Okay.
As in, a lot of people talk about courting, not dating. Like enter a relationship with a goal of marriage instead of just entering it willy-nilly. But marriage doesn't have to be your goal. You can have any type of goal that you want. A goal could be money. A goal could be just a certain type of companionship. It doesn't. I mean, I'm being serious. It's a very common reason people enter marriage. It could be like a business contract. It could be, let's say, this person's a doctor and this person is like a data entry specialist. Like, oh, if this doctor opens up a practice and this person is a data entry specialist, that could cut out so much time for the doctor, and that doctor could make like 10 times more money than he would have made by himself if he didn't marry this person.
It could work for somebody.
I feel like
somebody probably needs that, and they need to recognize that going into a relationship, that's something that they want. They want both a companion and a business partner, and they need to recognize that going into it. So the logical aspect makes sense.
Exactly.
Sounds miserable, but whatever.
It actually doesn't, because if you think about it, marriage based on emotions and love is a fairly new concept. That's not what it was intended for. And I wish I would have done the research, because I can't tell you 100% what it was intended for, but I know people used it to elevate themselves and their families.
Yeah, I could see that, like social climbing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Think about like how they had like a dowry, because stuff like that, where they're like joining the family, and like for women, their family would like the dowry, they would give money to the man. It's like they're paying her off. They're paying them off. It was like very
Wait, you said they would give, who would give money to who?
so the wife, so the bride's family
Mm-hmm.
would give a dowry. And if I remember this correctly, because I like you know, those medieval like period pieces. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I'm understanding it correctly, they would give the money so that the like when they're giving the bride away
Mm-hmm.
to the, you know, soon to be husband, they would have that like some security and some money. Like he would also have to have money, but like a part like of that would be, you know, giving her away, and it's like a gift in a way. And I think some of that kind of carries on when you think about like a lot of times they say like the bride's parent pays for the wedding, stuff like that. Isn't that
Okay. Yeah,
right?
I do hear that the bride's parents do pay for the wedding, but if I'm remembering correctly, a lot of times it was the other way around, as in the man would have to pay some type of money to show that he's able to provide for the woman. Like he would have to like bring like 10 goats or something, like some type of dowry or down payment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, it just makes me want to do some research. Now, I did look up dowry. It does say property or money brought by a bride, like brought by a bride to her
Mm-hmm.
husband on their marriage. So it is
Okay.
like they would
It's a
be,
thing.
it is a thing. But I wonder, it just makes us curious. But anyway, not to get us too far off track.
But yes, I know dating logically and not emotionally doesn't sound sexy. It doesn't sound cute and sexy, but it will lead you to make better choices
Mhm.
because I see so many stories of women ending in heartbreak, women just giving too much time and attention to someone who is wasting their time. And a lot of the time, it's because they are entering these relationships off of emotion and not
Mhm.
doing what makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And then don't you wish everybody could just be honest? Because like, you know, there are some women out here that want you to waste their time, but you got to make sure you're not picking the women that don't want their time wasted. And women, you have to like make sure you're, you know, reclaiming your time. Make sure you are going into it logically so that it makes sense. You know, the steps, you know, everything ends up making sense. You guys are on the same page.
Yeah, pretty
And
much. And
that's a good point.
another thing that I've learned, I'm going to put it under this same category. Um, it goes with not getting your time wasted.
Mhm.
This is for my ladies. Do not tell these men exactly what you want in a man. I'm just going to be straight up. Do not tell them exactly what you want from a man because a lot of these men will pretend to be what you say you want just to have access to you. I'm so serious. I
That's
have
real.
experienced it. I have experienced it and I'm like, no more.
Yeah. Yeah, and we talked about this because it's just like, you know, how you see a job listing and they give you the key, like all the keywords in the description. You know, like you've heard, like in order to like boost your resume, you take those keywords that are listed there and you put them all into your resume. So when they see the resume, they're like, yes, this is what I said, and this is what I said, and this all matches perfectly. Like, girl,
Mhm.
take your job description down. So
Take it down. Take it down. Especially
yes.
for, I know Valentine's Day is coming up, and I see some of the girls on Twitter talking about, oh, I would love this in a man. And if a man did this for me, I would. And I'm just like, stop it. Stop it.
You're not even making them work for it. If he did this and this and this, and he's like, oh, so I got to do this, this, and this, just like you said. And it's like,
And
I mean, honestly, not everybody is like going to be malicious about it. Like, if somebody, you know, is interested in you, they're going to do some of the things you want them to do to get you to like them. And whether they're trying to do it or not, they're doing things to get you to like them in the beginning. And you don't want to get to the point where you're like, oh, I like everything he does. And then once you guys are like well into it, he starts becoming, people are going to show who they really are. So you want to get to
Yes.
know who someone really is. And by
Yes.
putting too many of your keywords out there, you are potentially like not allowing them to show who they are. So,
Yes. You want them to be themselves and not
mhm,
who they think you want them to be.
exactly. Yeah.
So that is very, very important. And that brings me to number 2, which is one of the ones that's actually extremely, extremely, extremely important to me because it's something that I have failed to do in the past, but it's something I will never make this mistake again, is to protect your womb. Protect it with your life.
Mhm.
Protect your womb with your life. Because
It's
you
for
can get
real.
yourself, yes, because you can get yourself caught up in any type of situation not protecting your womb. For example,
Mhm.
you're dating someone and you get pregnant, and this person turns out to be someone you wouldn't have expected them to be.
Mhm.
If you are pregnant, you're still tied to that person for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
But if you would have protected your womb, maybe gotten on some birth control or
Mhm.
whatever, did whatever you felt like you needed to do,
Mhm.
you would be able to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, see, like we hear, I think the way that you're bringing this up is important because I think very often you hear like people saying like don't be fast or don't sleep around, and it seems more like they're shaming like people about being promiscuous or whatever. And but it's like, where's the reasoning and logic behind why not to be that way?
Right.
And it you can't, I think saying one piece without the other does not like let it set in as well. So like it's a reason. It's not just about your reputation. It's not just about like whether or not people are going to be talking about you. It's not just about the reputation. It's more than that. It's about like that little person that you could potentially have in their future, and you protect that little future, your future children, you know.
Yes, because it's not just about you. Because not
Yeah.
protecting your womb, you're leaving yourself open
Hmm.
to bad situations and your child,
Your health,
your
it's
health, all of it.
yeah.
And I do want to say that protecting your womb is not a term that I created myself. It's definitely a term that I heard from another YouTuber who's not currently on YouTube anymore. Um, she went by the name of Brooklyn Blue. So I just wanted to say that is not my intellectual property, but it's just something I thought was very powerful and I really wanted to
Mhm.
share with more people.
Mm.
And that brings me to my third point, which is, I mean, don't fight me. I know you girls like to tussle, but
I like salsa.
I know how you girls like to tussle. This is for my Black women, and it's something I want you to think about, is opening up your options.
Okay.
Okay, I like I like the energy. When I say opening up your options, I am saying yes, we love our Black men, right? But depending on where you live, depending on the demographics, depending on how financially stable the people in your area are, um, it might be worth looking into opening up your options to all races of men. Because I'm not trying to throw shade to any city, but the city that I reside in, I looked up the demographics
Mm.
and I didn't like what I saw. I looked up the
Okay.
demographics of certain men in my area and I didn't like what I saw. And I
Mhm.
have been hearing rhetoric about Black women opening up their options. And I think it's something that more women should think about in order to
Mhm.
get, just depending on if marriage is for you or if you're looking for someone who can meet you on your financial level or higher. I think it's
Mhm.
worth considering opening up your options. I don't know how you feel about that. If you wanted to share how you
Mhm.
feel.
It's a lot. I have a lot. Yeah. So I think that is like something that is difficult to actually be accepting of on my end, just because like that, it's hard to kind of get rid of that image you've had, like for a majority of your life, thinking like, okay, I am going to have a Black spouse and Black kids and Black family. So to have to change that would be a lot. I don't know how open I would be to it, but I can definitely understand what you're saying because like if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying not just about like how you feel about the situation, like if there is a chance for like unfortunately for Black women, you're saying like if there's a chance for you to get married, unfortunately it is very very slim if you only keep your options open to Black men. And it's not like you're saying that is um like your first choice. It's like you're saying the odds are slim. So I can understand where you're coming from. For me, that would be hard. I haven't personally ever been attracted to any other, like races.
Mhm.
It, unfortunately, I just mm, but I mean, I can understand where you're coming from. And I think it is important for people to know. So,
And I'm going to put some statistics behind this. I forgot to write the exact numbers down, so I'm going to give some rough numbers, approximate numbers.
mhm,
Um, I'm someone who is a marriage minded person. Marriage is something that I want in the future. But if you look at certain statistics on blackdemographics.com, I think the statistics that they have are based on like 2019. So I'm not sure exactly how it is right
mhm.
now. But only around 30% of Black men get married.
Dang, that's not a lot of people.
That's not a lot of people.
So it's
Or
like,
I'm not sure if it said they only 30% of Black men get married, or at that point in time when they took those statistics, only 30% of Black men were married at that time, which
mhm.
is not a high statistics. I think the average statistics for all races, all other races of men, was around 50%.
That's still low.
Yeah, it is still pretty low, but
What's going on with everybody else? Are they divorced? Are they what's people what are people doing?
yeah, so it doesn't mean that those statistics doesn't mean that they've never been married before. I believe it's like at that time,
Okay.
like how many people
Dang,
were actually married at that time.
it's kind of
Um,
bleak out here. Like,
yeah,
good grief.
it's a little bleak, and I believe the marriage rates have gone down in recent
Mhm,
years. So I mean that could reflect that as well. But
mhm.
and I think of those 30% of Black men, I think around 24% of them were married to someone who was not a Black woman.
Well, dang. So they were married to non-black women?
Yeah, I mean,
20, you
I
said
don't,
24%?
24% of the 30%. So not,
Okay. Okay.
yes, of
Gotcha.
the 30%. Mm-hmm.
That's different. That's different.
Yeah,
I was
so it,
like, dang.
but the thing is, it's like it's already a small percentage. And I feel like
Mhm,
that's basically 30% of that small percentage. So 70% of Black men are married to Black women. Yay, I guess. Um, out of that 30%.
mhm.
But yes, that 24%, married to non-Black women. And then we've had this conversation before. When Black men say that they're married to Black women, the Black women, majority of the time, not all the time, tend to look a certain way. They tend to be on the racially ambiguous side. I'm not lying. There was a Black Love documentary. If we can find a clip, we can put it in here. And when I say every single one of those women, I'm like, are they Black? I don't know. I can't tell. But I mean, if you say so, one drop rule,
we gotta take your word for it. That's petty. That's petty.
I feel like it's not petty. I feel like it's a very real concern. I mean, in my opinion, like, I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm not saying this to be bitter. I'm saying this to bring light to what is actually happening in the Black community when it comes to dating and relationships. I mean, unfortunately, it sounds negative. This is supposed to be like a fun Valentine's Day episode. What am I doing? But
no, keep it real. Keep it real.
But I'm just telling the truth. I think Black women are doing themselves a disservice to keep their options only to Black men.
That's hard to hear. It's so sad.
I know it's hard to hear. That's why I'm saying, I know you girls like to tussle. Please don't fight me. Please do not fight me. I am
don't shoot the messenger.
Please do not shoot the messenger. Please.
Just telling you.
Yes, yeah. And I'm not someone else, it was another YouTuber who brought this information to my attention. And ever since I heard that information, I started doing like deep dives, and I'm like, she is 100% correct. Like, this is what's really happening. And I feel like a lot of Black women are they're very stuck on the idea of Black love, which I totally understand. I completely understand. But I just think it's something that Black women need to think about.
That is so hard to hear. Because it's like, basically, it just sounds like if you just wait around, or if you just settle for any old thing, you're gonna be so disappointed. Yeah,
and it's really happening. I see it happening to the people around me. I see it happening across the country. I see it happening across the diaspora. It's like, once I heard this information, I started really looking at relationships with the people around me, like I said, and the relationships, the people, these celebrities you see on TV. I'm like, baby mama culture. Like, oh my God. Like, I am just like,
I don't even know what that means. I don't want to know.
It gets deep. It really does. And I don't think I want to take it there today. I think I'm going to leave it exactly where I'm leaving it.
Fair enough.
Just to give you guys something to think about.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Your options are bleak.
No, your options aren't bleak. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's so many options out there, and you're doing yourself a disservice to not explore those options.
Okay.
And I'm not saying all Black men are deadbeat baby daddies. Like, there are some amazing Black men out there. I have some amazing Black men in my family. I have some amazing Black male friends. But those are just like small samples of people. It's a small number compared to the majority. And that's what I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to leave it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah, to like review numero uno,
date logically, not emotionally. Protect your womb. And just think about opening your options, which means, yes, you can still date Black men, but if someone else wants to give you some attention, let them. That's all.
Okay. Okay. Well, guys, we hope you have a good Valentine's Day. Just yeah, we just hope you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day. That's all we have for today. But bye.